Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we had anti-finance bill protest in this country, and for those who remember, on 25th of June this year, the UDA office in Embu County was set on fire during that protest. To an extent, KRA office was also razzled. That happened when Gen Zs were leading the protest in this country. So that's where we were during that time. Something that forced William Ruto, after youth walking to the National Assembly, to the Senate, and causing disruption there. So he had to listen to the youth by force. Because members of parliament had refused to listen to the youth. When they say reject finance bill, they passed it. Now Ruto had to reject finance bill and then dissolve his cabinet. Now after that, we have the broad-based government here. But it seems this regime is not settled. It is still in a way of revenge. Because I'm saying so, there is a video trending on social media where a popular Embu businessman, Jimmy Dubai, was picked by police officers at his restaurant in Kirinyaga County over the Gen Z protest, which led to KRA and UDA office in Embu razzled. Bado wanakujia watu and they're still blaming individuals for the protest and destruction of some of these properties. Sasa waliguza ofisi ya UDA, and this man has been identified as the founder of the Gen Z protest.
Msiharas. Mwache kwa msimpige. Hapana. Mwache kumhandle hivyo. Hapana. This you should not do this. You are harassing. Mbona mnamharass? Yeye anaweza jingisha, mwache kumforce inside. Stop forcing him inside. Harassment. This is harassment. Clear, make it clear. This is karibia hapo. Tunachukua. This is harassment. Wewe. Yes, total harassment. Harassment. Mnaharasa nini mnamharasa? Mpaka tunatuma zote. Nairobi gossip and online kila mtu. Total harassment. On Facebook. This is harassment. Hebu nitumie kwanza nitumie Nairobi gossip. Kila mtu. Look at the government. This is what the government has to offer. This is what the government has to offer. You're supposed to be here to protect us. Unlawful treatment of citizens.
Now, I have heard people saying that the businessman was being abducted by the police officers. Some are saying that he is being forcefully arrested. So is it harassment or resisting arrest? So many questions. Is he being harassed or is resisting arrest? Which is which? So many questions. And why at this time? Why his arrest at this time? So many questions. And I want us to look into that, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the reality is that it is very hard to link anyone to Gen Z's protest because no one organized the youth. The youth that just got angry on how they have been seeing things happening in this country. Having a government that does not listen to the people. Members of parliament who have appetite of being bribed to even, do what does not please the electorate whom they represent. So, personally, I am convinced no one organized the youth because the protest was across the country. Na kama kunaweza kuwa na mtu mwenye aliorganize youth and to experience such kind of a protest, then that person is so much dangerous to any government because indeed there was a huge change. The government was shaken. But this was a revolution. It just came at the right time because the government did not listen. So the youth were just organized by themselves due to the situation that this government was putting them in. And so putting a blame on an individual that wewe ndio ulichochea asijui ukatuma watu wakachoma ofisi ya UDA, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Right now, any color associated, anyone associated with the yellow colors is being viewed as an enemy and supporter of an oppressor. Tunapenda color ya yellow, lakini kwa saizi haina shangwe. It has been associated with the failures and an oppressive regime. So, the same way youth walked to the National Assembly, to the chamber of the Speaker, I think in the same way, they walked to the UDA office in Embu and set it on fire because then they are the ruling party that does not listen to the people. That's how I'm convinced of this. So, linking someone or arresting Jimmy Dubai just because our UDA office was set on fire, I think they have other issues there, which is our second point. One of the main reasons that might have warranted this arrest is the new existing differences between Ruto and Gachagua. Gachagua has chosen to assemble his machinery that will deal with William Ruto popularity in Mount Kenya. To some extent, Ruto is losing popularity. Therefore, he would go to anyone who seems to be supporting either financially or in whichever way the Gachagua move. So, since he's a businessman and maybe he has connection with Gachagua, then he will be the target. The main reason is that Ruto is losing popularity in Mount Kenya region, and therefore he would look for people who can fund, a campaign that is anti-William Ruto, anti-UDA, intimidate them, harass them so that they stop that move or trajectory that they are taking. So it is a political lesson to the people of Mount Kenya region who actually voted for William Ruto. You vote for him to become the president, he paid back with harassment. He subject you to harassment. It's a reward that is giving back to the Mount Kenya people. It's time for the region to learn a political lesson. Don't just hate someone without a good reason. So imagine, kulikuwa na Raila, kawa na Ruto kwa ballot. Just because some of them hate Raila Odinga, they had to vote for William Ruto. Hatred. Not because Raila ako na makosa kubwa alikuwa amefanya, but now see now how Ruto is paying back. Sijui vile tunaweza watu wale walipigia Ruto wanaweza laumu Raila. I think wale walipigia Raila wanaweza mlaumu in one way if they need be. Because now you voted for Ruto. Then Raila say okay, mlinikataa. Sawa, hata mimi nifanye kazi na Zakayo. Wale watu walipigia Ruto kura, they have nothing to complain about Raila. But wale walipigia Raila kura, they have all reason to complain about Raila joining the oppressor. So that's how Ruto is paying back. He is afraid of losing the support in Mount Kenya. He is in panic. Such kind of arrest, this is trumped up charges and other things, it's, a reaction of panic, fear, disappointment that he might lose the support of Mount Kenya region. But in my view, as I said at the beginning, I asked a question that, is it harassment or resisting arrest? Definitely, we can't say this is abduction. We can't say even it's harassment. The man was resisting arrest, in my view. These policemen were in uniform. They can't deny knowing his whereabouts. The number of vehicle, his registered number, it shows very clear. But again, why couldn't they just summon him? Did he refuse to honor the summon? No, it's a way they just want to intimidate these people. So, a lot of intimidation is going to take place in Mount Kenya as long as you are not part of this regime. But Ruto should be told, you can't force people to support you. You can't force. This intimidation cannot work.